Hello, you guys. How you doing? It's me, the Legal Beagle, and I am. Oh goodness, this has been a long weekend. I am getting ready to do a brief for somebody, and I had to go get some paper and some binders. Okay, so I'm on my way back home. And before I get into this discussion, I want to ask you to like my channel, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can receive things from me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get right to the point. You know, I take doing things right very seriously. How it looks, the appearance, and everything. Now, back in the day, I took advantage of the fact that I was pro se, and that I felt like that, I didn't really have to do a lot and put a lot, because the court will understand that. That's not necessarily true. So now at this point, what I do is I make sure that my information, my appearance on my brief and my pleadings, if not just for me, for somebody else, it looks professional. And one thing I do is I treat it as if, what if this person was not a judge or was an attorney? Would they be able to understand what I am actually doing? So with that being said, I go get a lot of office supplies, tabs and stuff. Like Walmart has them for 67 cents. That's the little clear ones with the yellow binder facing. So what I do is I go find a template that matches that, and I print out everything. I used to write it out, but I don't anymore. I print it out, and it gives the person a professional look, because attorneys think that when you're pro se, or when you represent yourself, when you can't find an attorney, they automatically expect you to have sloppy work, sloppy seconds. They expect you, I hope you can see me because the sun is shining, but they expect you to have the most poorest work possible. They want to be able to say, you know what, I can't understand this. I cannot understand it. Your Honor, I can't even understand it. So a lot of times I break it down to how it looks. Now, when I finish with the brief, one of them is mine and one of them is another person, but I'm not going to show you the other person. I'm going to show you my brief. When I finish my brief, I'm going to show you this is how a pro se litigant brief should look. I'm excited about it. You want to make sure that when you're doing the brief and when you're doing your brief, that you leave no room for them to argue, especially if the judge let them have their way. If they the court was on their side from beginning to end. You want to show that appellate court that your 14th Amendment, your 5th Amendment was so denied to the point where they can't even explain why or how it happened. You want to make sure you do that, and I promise you, it is a stressful, emotional thing, because I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. And when you live in something that has happened to you, especially when it hits home, you get emotional. You want to cry. Sometimes you get upset. You get angry. Like recently, with my case with Equifax, I had the attorneys agreed to a settlement. I had presented that I had an expert witness who was a credit counselor, a credit repair person. He's an elected official. He holds 5 degrees in math and science and accounting. And the judge dismissed it. The judge said he wasn't credible enough. Yes, and he wasn't credible enough. Okay. Things that I knew what was doing. So I asked the judge to have a hearing, because I wanted to know how could the counsel for Equifax was presenting stuff that was so far-fetched. I mean, they was talking about I had cases in other courts which didn't have nothing to do with Equifax, and Equifax messing up my credit. Oh, it was just so whatever. So when I called him out, I didn't call him out based on my belief. I called him out based on what the appellate court says and the Supreme Court says. So he got mad and he dismissed that case as frivolous, which means that now I am in the Court of Appeals. And I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, I got a letter from one of the things. Now, this lets you know when an attorney is more concerned about what you're putting into court, not the fact that you're putting in an appeal, that you're putting in something in the court. And basically, I emailed this lawyer at 11 o'clock my time, not a.m., p.m. 11 o'clock Friday night my time. And I was asking him a question. And his automatic notification came in. And then 2 minutes later, he responded. So that tells me he's on watch for me. He's on watch to see what am I going to put in my appeal. My appeal means importance to him. If they take their time answering you, then you don't have a strong appeal. Go back and look at the highlights of the case and find out what you're doing. That's where the pleading as well. Go back. If you sitting here and you got a peon attorney that's working, that's on the other side, he can't go no higher than so-and-so amount. You need go back and look at some highlights. Ask somebody to look over your case. Ask somebody to give you the honest opinion. Because I've had people, when I tell them, that's why, you know what, sometimes I charge to look at people's documents, because even when I'm hearing it, and you tell them, you might want to do this. Oh, no. My strategy, well, your strategy may not be working, or it may not be effective, because you can't blame the judge on everybody. Every judge is not about discrimination against pro se litigants. Sometimes it's some things that you're doing that, he can't overlook it. He has to be fair and consistent with it. Or you ain't, even though the Supreme Court says you ain't hitting the mark of it, I understand that. But you have to be able to address those things that's coming up. So, like I said again, I'm almost finished. I can't let you see my office. I got papers everywhere. Ping is just sitting on the couch. He just saying, Mama human. I don't get it. Why is this room looking like a hot mess? So, stay tuned. Part 2 of this so you can see the outcome of my appeal. Okay? Thank you.